Hello everybody, it's Frank Calabro Jr. Going to be making a quick tutorial video. A lot of people have been asking me to make a video on the comp plan for I2G. So for everyone that's asking me for that, here it is, guys. All right, let's see here. This is going to be a real short video. It's only I think it's only six slides. Let's see if I can get this to come up. Okay, here we go. All right, 6 different ways to get paid. Infinity to Global, I2G comp plan. Now, I don't know if you've seen this or not before. If you've seen one of my videos or not yet, I actually show this each night when I do the live presentation for my team. But one thing I always tell everyone about this compensation plan is that it is the most powerful comp plan that I personally have ever seen. And I've seen a bunch of them because I do reviews on different companies, and I've seen a bunch of these pay plans, and I dissect them. I draw them out on my whiteboard, and I analyze them, and I look at them. I look at them very closely. This comp plan is definitely the most powerful in the industry, and I'll point out the 2 reasons why it is. It's very unique. This is a very unique comp plan, but also it's also very simple. It's very simple to understand. It's not complicated whatsoever. It's straightforward. I've looked at some comp plans, guys, and I swear I should be working for NASA or something. The people that come up with some of these comp plans is just nuts. All right, let's get right into this. Okay, the first way that I2G pays out, fast start bonuses. Real simple. This is pretty common in a lot of companies. This is not, this is nothing unique right here. You personally sponsor somebody, okay? They come into I2G, they purchase a package. You get a 10% override on that package, and they pay out every single week. So as this example shows, if somebody comes in that you personally sponsor, they purchase that Emperor package, you make $500, High Roller $60, Player $40, and Novice $10, okay? Paid out weekly. The company doesn't hold money for a month and then pay you next month or any of that craziness. They pay out weekly on these fast start bonuses. Okay. The second way to get paid is this binary. Now, this binary is strong, guys. It's got an unknown variable attached to this binary, an unknown variable, which I'll talk about in just a second. Now, I think I've looked at binaries before, and I think I've misunderstood the binary model, but now I thoroughly understand it. A binary compensation model is based on teamwork. It's a team-orientated compensation model. It's not based on individual efforts. It's based on teamwork. This whole I2G business is based on teamwork, and that's really what I like about it. It's a family-like atmosphere here in I2G, that's for sure. Okay, now the way it works is, and this is common in most binaries, but also this binary is very different in a lot of ways, which I'll point out. Now, you're building a left side and a right side. And when I say you're building, your team is building this, okay? It's like I said, it's not based on your personal efforts. That's what's so awesome about this thing. Now, every time 300 BV is generated on the left, that's called business volume. And every time 300 BV is generated on the right side, BV, some of you guys might call it points. Same thing. BV points, it's the same thing. But every time that happens, it generates a cycle. It's called a cycle bonus, and funds are released, okay? Now, if you generate a cycle, okay, and you're an Emperor, that means you just earned $60. A High Roller, $50. A Player, $40 each cycle, and a Novice, $30 each cycle. So it's important to come in at the highest level you can, because you're leaving money on the table each and every cycle. You know what I mean? If you come in, say, for example, at the novice level versus an Emperor or versus a High Roller, you can see that, and that money adds up fast, because these cycles can really accelerate if your team is really starting to crank out the volume and really start to cycle a lot, because this thing we get paid down to infinity, guys. Infinity. I mean, think about this. A binary that pays down to infinity each and every single time you cycle. Now, the time I'm making this video, there's barely 7,000 people in the company, so We've got a global market to go after. This binary could get insane. I mean, it could get insane as far as in depth. That's why they capped this binary. It's capped. It's capped at $35,000 per week, and this pays out weekly also. They don't hold the money for a month and then pay you next month. It pays out weekly. There's already people maxing out this binary. They got that much volume underneath them. They're maxing out the compensation plan. And they had to do it like this. And, you know, it shows the forward thinking of the company because they know that the volume's going to get crazy. The cycles are going to get crazy. So they had to cap the pay plan. And it's smart to cap it. That pushes money downhill. Very, very smart to cap that pay plan. Okay, another thing about this binary. There's an unknown variable. The unknown variable is 25% of all the bets placed at the casino are getting pushed into this binary. Now think about that, guys. We don't know how much volume that's going to be. That could be crazy. 25% of all the bets placed at the casino getting pushed into the binary, causing people to cycle faster and faster and faster. This thing is nuts, guys. Also, this is a non-flushing binary. Non-flushing. What does that mean? Real simple. Just say, for example, you got 1,200 BV on the right, and say you got 900 BV on the left. Okay, that's like 3.5 cycles, right? 3 cycles with a half cycle left over. Now, what happens to that half cycle? Do you lose it? Does it evaporate? Does it disappear? Does the company keep it? What happens to it? Nothing happens to it. You keep it. And as soon as somebody on your team or you generates the volume to balance it out, you cycle again. You get paid again the 4th time. That'd be the 4th cycle. So once again, team orientated. This binary is exciting, guys. I mean, it's so exciting. I mean, it's beyond exciting. This binary right here. This thing is just super strong right here. This slide. Okay, the next slide. Now, this is the most exciting part of the compensation model. And this is the number 2 reason why this is the most powerful comp plan in the industry. Let me get a drink here real quick, guys. Okay, now, this is beyond exciting. And you don't need to memorize this whole comp plan, but if you just memorize this one slide, you're going to have trouble sleeping at night. You get this one slide in front of a heavy hitter in any company. I don't care what the company is. I don't care how much money they're making. I could care less about that stuff. You show them this slide, they're going to be running over here to I2G because this thing is just beyond, it's beyond anything I've seen. Let's put it that way. Now, if you come in at the player, high roller, or emperor position, you get a 20% match bonus on all your personally sponsored people each and every single week. Okay? Did you guys catch that? A 20% match bonus on all your people each and every single week. It doesn't matter if you sponsor 2 people or 50 people or 100 people. You're going to get a 20% match bonus on those personally sponsored people each and every single week. Guys, that is so strong. That is beyond strong. But it keeps going, as you can see. Second generation. Second generation, you didn't sponsor these people, okay? If you're a high roller or an emperor, you now are going to get a 15% match bonus on all these people each and every single week, okay? 15%. Now, if this slide stopped right here, this would be the most powerful compensation plan in the industry. End of story, hands down. There is no comparison. You bring me any comp plan that goes beyond this. Show it to me. Okay, third generation. Now, you definitely do not know these people. As a high roller and an emperor, you can earn a 10% match bonus on all these people each and every single week. Third generation down. And as you can see, it keeps going. I don't need to keep reading all this. You guys see it. It goes down to the 4th generation and the 5th generation. I've never seen match bonuses go down this far and pay out in double digits like this. This is the reason why, right here, this slide, this is the reason why I2G is breaking all the records in the books. And let me tell you something about when I first seen this slide. This is what I thought of. I imagined myself, I've been a self-employed entrepreneur for 16 years now, but I imagined myself, if I owned a company and I had 5,000 employees, right? So Frankie has a company. I've got 5,000 employees, and each and every single week when the weekly paychecks go out to those 5,000 people, I get a 10% match on each and every single paycheck. That's what I thought to myself when I first seen this slide. That's the example that I drew in my head, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is mind-boggling." I mean, this will keep you up at night trying to figure out, is this real? I mean, because this slide is just, it's a selling point right here. Like I said, you put this slide in front of anybody. I don't care how much experience. You get me the person. I don't care who he is, who she is. You get him in front of me. Let me explain this slide to him. But this slide is a selling point, and this is strong, guys. This will change your zip code right here. This will change your zip code if you go to work and do something with this I2G business. All right, enough of that. I could talk about that thing all day. All right, leadership pools. Pretty simple right here. Once again, this is based on teamwork. Everything in the whole comp plan is based on teamwork. That's what I like about it. It's not based on individual efforts. Once again, a family-like atmosphere. All right, you got to max out the comp plan. All right, how do you max out the comp plan, Frankie? Real simple. You sponsor 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right of your binary. Personally sponsored people. Doesn't matter what rank they come in at. None of that makes a difference. Don't matter. Once you do that, you can tap into leadership pools, okay? And it says up there on the screen, if you cycle 125 times, of course, your team cycles 125 times, 2 months in a row, and guys, I know I say guys, but I mean ladies and gentlemen, 125 cycles is not a lot of cycles. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing. But if you do that 2 months in a row, it pays out a one-time cash payment of $5,000. That's the bronze leadership pool, bronze bonus, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it keeps going. I'm not going to read all this. You guys can read all this. You can see it. I'm not going to read every single number up there, but you guys can see what happens here. The silver, 250 cycle bonuses 2 months in a row. That's not a lot either. $10,000 one-time cash payment. That's awesome. 500 binary cycles 2 times in a row. That's still not a lot of cycles. It's not a lot of cycles. No matter what you think it is, it's not a lot. $25,000. It keeps going. The ruby, you guys can read this. $50,000. Emerald, we've already had somebody hit Emerald. I think someone else is about to hit Emerald. The company's only been open 5 months, the time I'm shooting this video. People are already hitting these bonuses. I mean, it's just nuts. That's a $100,000 one-time cash payment. And then a diamond, it's a $500,000, $500,000, guys, $500,000 one-time cash payment. Very strong leadership pools. Let me get another drink real quick. All right, we're almost done. Now, what happens is once you knock down those leadership, those one-time bonuses, you just unlock more money. You don't have to do nothing to get this money. This is like added to your paycheck, so to speak. What they're doing here is they take 25% of the casino net, they put it in a pool for the leaders, okay? And as you knock down these bonuses, you just start drawing from this pool. So each and every time you knock down one of those bonuses, you get 5% of this pool until you max it out, okay? That's all there is to it. It's that simple. So you hit that leadership bonus, you get 5%. You hit the gold, ruby, emerald, or diamond. Just keep adding 5% until you max this thing out and you draw the full share out of this pool. I call this a residual income. This is what you pull out of this for life. You don't have to do nothing else to get this. You've already earned this, and then you just pull from this for life. Very exciting right here, this leadership pool. All right, and the last way that I2G pays out is the Emperor pool, okay? If you're lucky enough to grab one of these positions, you're going to share in the casino revenue. 50% is going to be divided up amongst the 5,000 Emperors for life. That's the way it's going to work. This is definitely a residual income. There's no doubt about that. And as those casino revenues grow, this emperor pool will grow. This is a global business, guys. It's a global business. That emperor position is powerful and it is strong. All right, and that is the I2G compensation plan. I mean, that was simple as can be, guys. Just, what is it, about 6, 7 slides? That's the whole thing. It's so simple to understand. It's so easy to understand. And that's what gets people so excited, that this business is so simple and the comp plan is so simple that the average person can understand it. It's not complicated. Some things you look at, I mean, you gotta have a degree. I mean, you gotta be like a doctor or a lawyer to figure it out. You're like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? But this thing, people look at this thing, they understand it immediately. They get excited immediately. And that's why the top earners in the company, who are basically average, everyday people, they're not like rock star internet marketers or anything. The people that have jumped ahead with this thing are just average, everyday people that just went out and just signed up a handful of people. But because that binary, because the way that binary grows out, and because of the duplication and those match bonuses, that slide I showed you, those match bonuses, that's what's creating the massive paychecks. Average, everyday people are creating life-changing incomes here in I2G in a few short months, just because they rolled up their sleeves and shared this with other people. That's all they did. All right, I hope I did a good job explaining this to you guys. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, you guys, about the comp plan, you guys can reach out to me. I think I know everything about the comp plan. I think I do. There might be something I don't know. I'm a student just like you. I'm learning just like you. And, you know, I just explained it to you the very best that I know how to explain it. All right, you guys take care. God bless everybody. Thank you.